as a seasoned brand, marketing, and IT consultant with years of experience helping organizations, individuals, and brands unlock their full potential. With a passion for transformation and a results driven mindset, Richmond specializes in 360 degrees growth strategies that align purpose, performance, and innovation. From boardrooms to community stages, Richmond brings dynamic energy and practical insights that empowers audiences to think differently, act boldly, and build brands that make a lasting impact. Whether he's speaking on digital transformation, brand positioning, or the power of personal branding, Richmond delivers clarity, connection, and actionable solutions. He is driven by the mantra, just solutions.
Viewers, welcome to another exciting episode of the Gigi Show, the only show that seeks to educate, inspire, and motivate you to be the best version of yourself. My name is Sandra Oates, and today I'm here with Richmond Asare. This is someone I so much admire and look up to. He is a brand, marketing, and IT consultant, also a speaker and a transformation strategist. Richmond, you're welcome.
Thank you.
I'm so excited seeing you today.
I'm glad to be here actually.
I mean, we've been trying to do this for only God knows how long.
Yeah, I'm glad I'm here now, so let's get going.
Akwaba.
We say Mohe.
Alright. So, can you tell us about yourself, your journey growing up?
Okay, so I'm a Krobo. I grew up in the East region actually.
Oh wow.
So normally when we get to class 6, we come to Accra to further education. That has been the norm for my dad.
Okay.
I believe that the best schools are in Accra. Not to say that others are not good, yeah. So coming to Accra, I came to Accra, I went to JHS here and further to my secondary school. I didn't really do well in BC, so when you're talking about the best schools, and I didn't really go some. Went to Raleigh Senior High School. It's still a good school though, because they have good teachers, very disciplined. Yeah, so that's where I pick up everything. So entering into high school, I changed my thought about life. I believe that my current situation can be changed. I can better my grades, I can become better. So I had to even change my attitude because I was very shy. I don't like people. I don't even like girls. I don't talk to girls. I don't sit close to girls.
Wow.
I have the perception that talking to a girl will make you sin, or sitting with a girl or Charlie. So me go my Bible and books. I had to change. If I want to be a speaker, if I want to be someone that was really great, I had to change my behavior. So I wanted to become better. So I went for a school prefect. And my boys rallied around me, got a position, and I started to learn how to speak well, how to communicate, how to build relationships, how to be someone who can lead. Then I started rallying people. Then I became better, I got a good grade. Then university, and today here I am. So basically that's it.
Wow, this is such a transformation.
Right.
Yes. I'm just thinking, from being a shy, timid person to being a public speaker now. What motivated you to change? Was it the desire to do well in life, or what exactly?
I believe when it's all said and done, and they are mentioning Richmond Asare, there should be something I've added to the world. And I have this mindset that one day if I was searching about some good things in life online, my name should pop up. If there's something good that should come up out of me, it should show. I don't just want to live my life and just go. So every day is purpose for me. So I don't just want to be at places because I want to be. There has to be some alignment to what I'm trying to achieve. So I believe there's purpose. I believe there's a higher calling beyond just what we are doing now. There should be some connection between you and God that makes you want to live life. But one day I was sacked for school fees and I was going home and I was crying because the whole school was the only one. Then suddenly a thought, that was in class, JHS 1, right? A thought came in mind. Somebody asked me, why are you crying? I said, I don't even know. Then I was like, okay, what do you want to become? I said, I want to be someone who inspires, who motivates, who transforms. Okay, so this is how it starts. Then suddenly there's this joy that filled me. So since then, I became like, I'm unbeatable in things. My thought changed. So you can't just touch me. I feel like there's something I'm living for. So that's what drives me every day. Yeah.
Passion.
That passion and the grit to become better, actually.
Yeah, the desire to be great.
Yeah.
Wow. This is serious mental education. I've been following you for a while. I see the amazing things you do on all your socials. I mean, my favorite is your WhatsApp channel. I feel like that is where you pour out your thoughts.
Every day.
I must say you are really doing well.
Thank you.
I'm really
Thank
impressed and proud of you.
Thank you.
You are inspiring generations to come.
Thank you.
Looking at how young you are. So I'm curious, what actually inspired you to align branding, marketing, and IT into one strategic service?
Okay, so let me start from IT. I believe the future is technology.
Okay.
Even though Africa or Ghana is being slow to adapt, yeah, I think people are scared that it's going to take our jobs.
Okay.
I think it's going to rather save us anyway. But combining them with marketing and branding, I love to study people. I love to study human behavior. Why people buy, why they do things, what makes them choose a product, why they affiliate themselves with the product, or what makes them want to be known for something. I love to study people and their buying decisions. I think that's one of the reasons why I wanted to jump onto marketing and branding. And I believe that the biggest companies are those who are intentional about their marketing, or they put out there how they are perceived, the quality and all of that. So I want to be that kind of person that changes how companies are perceived, how products are perceived, how services are perceived. And I believe that's what I'm doing over time. So I like to study people.
Okay.
By studying people, why not I apply that to businesses? Why don't I allow that solutions? Because it's a people that buy. So if you understand them, understand what they want, if you give them that, business actually.
Wow.
Yeah.
This is a whole round-up. Amazing, amazing, amazing. You know, we are currently in the era where everyone talks about branding. Brand yourself, put yourself out there. What is branding to you?
So branding is more like, I gave an example before that I went to my office and I bought cocoa in a cup.
Okay.
When they saw the cocoa in a branded cup, they was holding it. It was like, hey, you have money. Your money has come. That's why you're having now. But that cocoa, I can go to Amelia. They will tie some for me.
Exactly.
Just shake it. Then you take it. But because I was holding the cup, I bought about 30 cedis. That was the value that was added to it.
30 cedis.
Yeah. So branding is more like adding value to yourself so that people can perceive you and pay you for that. So if you have something with you, actually, okay, it might be good. But because you haven't been able to position it well, give it a well package or brand or something that people will know it for, they will not value for that. You get me?
Wow.
So in is branding, I keep saying branding is not pretending, it's not trying to be what you're not. Branding is actually becoming what you are and let people know about it. And consistently delivering on that value. So if let's say I say I'm a marketer, give me a job, I'm able to do that for you. That's a bad brand for me. That's bad branding. So branding is not just the logo or your flyers. No, we call that graphic design. Even it's part of the brand and you have to be consistent in all those things. No, but the real brand is in the next 10 or 20 years when I see your product, what are the emotions that comes with it? How do I feel about you? Do I feel still connected? Am I able to make you want to affiliate yourself with me? Imagine iPhone. Have you seen that people love iPhone so much? Even though it's expensive, we still go and buy it.
Yes, recently we had a 17.
Exactly. You still went to buy it. People are still buying. People are saving to go and buy it. The young girls are also entering to go and buy. I hope you understand me.
Yes.
So what I'm trying to say is that the brand is so solid that everybody wants to be an ambassador for the brand.
Yeah.
They take selfies in mirrors because they want to show the camera. Why? Because of the Apple brand. It should get to a point where people are willing to want to affiliate themselves with you, and that's what the brand is. By consistently delivering on your values. And I'm sure if you're able to do that, you're good to go. As a person, as a brand, if you have a product, package it well and consistently deliver. You know, I know companies that when you call them, even when you text them on WhatsApp, they don't respond to your text. That's a bad brand. So it's not just the pictures and things, but how your customers get value from you is part of a brand. It's a bad communication. If you don't have a good communication, if you don't take care of them well, if you don't give them value, they'll go away. Then that means you have a bad brand and you don't have any business. Or you yourself, whatever you say you are not. Online, you are this. Physical, when you meet, you are something else. That's a bad brand.
Yeah.
One time, your truth comes out. And you can't. When your brand is bad, it's so hard to change. No amount of PR will change that. You will know. There are some people when you see them, because of what they did 5 years ago, even if they've changed,
it's hard to believe.
You still have that image in your head.
Yeah, that kind of doubt.
That girl, that's it. That's a brand. So you have to be intentional about everything you do. The things you say, what you do, how you're coming out, be intentional about it. And I believe when you consistently do that, you have a solid brand for yourself.
All right. So my key word from this is be intentional about the brand.
Consistently.
Yes. And I think whether you're intentional or not, you're still building a brand.
I keep saying that whether I like it or not, you're a brand. Just that you've not paid attention to it. Right now, when we're in school, I keep saying that there are some people who don't come to school early. With their names, we call them. There are some people who talk artists, we call them names. Why? Because of the things they do. They don't really know that, but it's the brand you built for yourself, and we're giving you a name. So if you're intentional about what you are and what you do, people will start calling you, oh, that girl who is inspiring women, that girl who wants to invoke motivation, inspire the young girls because of the things she does. Understand? So the things you do actually build your brand. We are just not intentional about it. If you're intentional about it, I think it will do you very good.
Wow.
Yeah.
I think I like the part where you hammered on. It's not about faking it, because that's the challenge that comes with it. Most people think that, okay, I'm branding myself. I go to this nice restaurant, take videos, do things that I like, or whatever it is. Yeah. So it's not just more about. I think there's this thing most people say, or some people say, don't fake it, but faith it. I mean, that's the vision you have. That's where you want to go.
Right.
So you're trying to position yourself, align yourself to the future you are seeing.
Exactly.
And that's very amazing. Thank you for that submission.
You're welcome.
So I want to know, growing up, is this the kind of field you envision yourself in?
Oh, I wanted to play broadcasting actually. Gifted Hands.
Okay.
I watched that movie and I felt like I can be that one in Africa or Ghana. But my maths was not good, so I have to change my direction. So eventually I wanted to become a scientist as well.
Okay.
Be someone who innovates. So I had this book where I drew innovations, devices that I want to develop. I grew up in a farm, so I wanted to do devices that will help you farm, weed your farm for you, insecticide, things that we can use in Ghana, in our country. But my maths still wasn't good. My physics was not good. I love science. I love the part of science that was more of practicality.
Okay.
Combining things to make things practically, not the book. And by Ghana, you have to pass your maths to do that. You have to be good in physics, chemistry, and biology. And physics, chemistry were not my line. Before even in maths, don't even go there. My core I was suffering. So basically, that was my go-go. So I had to change to general art.
Okay.
And when I changed to general art, I got a point I got to a standstill because general art wasn't part of my plans.
Okay.
But before that, I had a dream before I even applied for school. I had a dream that because from my first choice to my last choice was science throughout. The goal was to become the best innovator in Ghana. But I had a dream that we were in the bush and they were allowing us play the courses. People like jump into the water. And there was this water that was having snakes, wild animals. That was the science. And I said, this one I can't jump into it. I want a special one. So when I had that dream, I thought it was a joke.
Wow.
But later when I went to school, I didn't choose science. I had to change to general art. When I got general art class, I was like, okay, I wasn't that bad at all. My teachers could take my exam paper and read it to the class as an example.
That was how good you were.
I didn't know I was that good. I didn't know I was a good writer. I didn't know I could really formulate words, put them together well, and they could read to the class as an example that these I should answer your questions. Start like this. My essays, my social studies, history, what else? Literature. They use this as an example. And that's how I realized, okay, I have something good. I just didn't pay attention to it. Then I just took it serious, started getting awards in school, learning every day, less girls, more books, more God, I think that worked very well. I think anybody who does that will actually tell you that it works well. But if it depends on your goals and what you want to do, and knowing what works for you, that worked for me. So.
Okay, so answering this question has actually made me get to know the kind of person you are, that you're a God person.
Yeah.
You don't play with the God factor in your life. I mean, with the story of you having the dream, makes me understand that that was a way of God communicating to you.
Yeah, I didn't realize until I grew up.
Yeah, I mean, God has so many ways in communicating. Some with dreams, some with prophecies, others to probably they'll have a discernment.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So I mean, the whole transformation from wanting to be a scientist.
Ben Carson. So Richmond Ben Carson. That was a good. Yeah. That's what I wanted for myself.
Well.
Yeah.
No. And I'm sure you are proud of where you are now.
I'm still not there yet, but thank God for life. You see, I always see myself one step ahead of me.
Okay.
So when we were in JHS, I didn't see myself as a JHS student, as long as I was a high school student. So I sent magazines to school. My brother went to Pope John's, one went to Accra Academy. So I sent the magazines to school. They stopped doing magazines in school now. I don't see them anymore.
Yeah, you hardly see that.
So I sent the magazines to school, showed it to my friends. So where else they were reading Peggy Opo, I was reading 7 Keys to Success.
Wow.
So it's like I had I was weird. When they call me, I was weird in a different way.
When your mates were here, you were here.
Yeah. So in high school too, when we were in high school, I didn't see myself to be in high school. I saw myself to be in a university. So when we close, when we are going home after vacation, I don't wear uniform. I wear my white shirt, black trousers, fold it like a normal working class person. University, I didn't see myself as a student. I saw myself as a worker. So I started working from level 100. I always love to see myself a year after. Right now, I'm here. I'm a married man with my family traveling all across the world, speaking to people. So I always want to see myself ahead of time. Then God surprisingly works His way through that. So I believe that your vision, your image, people will be like, oh, don't talk about it, the devil will take it. But I believe that you speak it and you act on it. I believe that when you speak it, God picks it and starts to manifest through your actions, with the things you do. So I believe that a lot. And I believe God aligns. So even I didn't apply for I didn't get to Raleigh Senior High School, and they didn't post me anywhere, so I had to go and put myself in there. I applied for University of Ghana. They called me at the latter part for a course, sociology, social work, religion. That didn't align my goals, so I had to go to GCTU. I later applied, which that wasn't part of the initial plan. So God has a way of scattering it, then making it to adjust it. Yeah. And I think if you believe and you trust Him, He positions you well. And that's what has worked for me. I think He's still doing it.
Yes, I think the mistake some people make is they don't involve the God factor even in their career. Yeah, because they feel like it is my career. Whatever I decide to do, that's what I want. I mean, if I decide to be a doctor, a lawyer, what's God's business in it? Yeah. But looking at your story from where you started, the courses you filled, it was all aligning into a certain aspect. Yeah. I mean, you had so much interest in science, but look at you now, a public speaker, a storyteller, a writer.
I'm back to the IT though, the other part of science, technology.
Well, yeah, that's more like a blend. And of which I feel like you are doing so amazingly well. How many people who study arts are able to combine all of this?
I think your friends do matter too, and your family.
Yeah, so you have people pushing you out there.
Then my brother kind of plays that seed in me, Richmond Asare. He has been more like, we say destiny helpers, but this is not someone who is like a rich man somewhere. This is my brother who is a destiny helper. Like he so seed in me without me knowing. So when we are talking, he intentionally, you can do this, right? When I was in school, like, Charlie, be studying for a master's, so I've not really thought about it, but he saw that saying, so you have to, if you do IT, you can't be going to companies. Say, when I was doing something, there was this IT guy who comes, he always comes with his bag, with his car, and then he was intentionally, he didn't tell me go and do it, but he was placing that seed in me. Then he started to develop passion for it. My friends too, they wanted to do computer science, computer engineering. I realized I've aligned, and that's how calm I had the IT. But the IT was not part of my initial plan. I think my friends and my family kind of embedded that thing in me. I realized that I love it so much eventually.
That is why I always tell most people that surround yourself with good people, people who empower you to be the best. Your company has a long way of affecting who you'll be. Yes, so looking at your story, that's been more about supporting friends and what
It's
family.
not like we are just friends. It's not like we are just hanging out, or we are just no. You are influencing yourselves one way or the other, and everybody is being influenced.
Okay.
What I like to know, you are being influenced. You see, even on social media, there are things you watch before you start acting like them, you start talking like them, and that's how it is. So I think your friends, your group of friends, the people who you really find yourself, they are affecting. So you have to be intentional about the kind of friends you have, what they do, does it align with your goals, does it align with your aspirations before you kind of affiliate yourself. I realize you are something that you are not. If this is what you want, then find yourself in such rooms. I think to really have an impact in your life, actually.
Wow.
As well.
That's very good. Viewers, if you are watching, you already know that this episode is actually for everyone. Whether you're an entrepreneur, a founder, someone looking forward to go into IT or whatever. This is an episode you should feast on because it's going to have a long way to impact your life. And if you are still watching, I would like you to be a part of this family. Like, tell us what you think about this episode. Subscribe and share as well. Richmond, you specialize in 360 marketing. I'm curious to know, how is it different from traditional and digital marketing?
Alright, so 360 is more like a well-rounded marketing strategy. So before, we used to have something called traditional marketing. Now we've separated them because of time, because of social media that has come. Before it was just marketing. Marketing means that doing billboards, then creating awareness and all of that. But marketing has changed over time because of human behavior and the change of technologies and other ways of things and how we do things. So I call it 360 because I believe that there are different channels on how to reach people. Knowing whom your target audience are, understanding what they like, what inspires them, their goals, where they stay, where do they meet, what wants them, what will make them get out of bed, understanding them, then reaching out to them. It's not just about running some ad on some station and going to sit at home, and of course they'll see the ads. By the end of the day, they'll just, I've seen brands that come, they make noise 2 or 3 years, you don't see them in the market again. They just go off because they're just selling. That's not marketing. Marketing is more like growing the brand in a way that you're able to communicate your value and you have a good value. If you don't have a good product, they don't think about marketing because when they buy you, you're just following the whole thing. People just want to do something, trade in the market. Yes, you make sales, but it doesn't give you retained customers. There are some brands we still use today, and we're still using them because of their consistency in quality, and they're being available when you want it, you find it, and they're always being in our faces, and we trust them. Understand? So that's what I believe marketing is. So marketing is more like giving value or communicating your value to people so that they can understand what you're offering them and what they are getting out of it. Because people always want something back. Yeah, basically.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, how is 360 marketing important in today's businesses?
Well, maybe I call it 360 marketing because I believe that there are different channels on how we can go about things. Because you have to use a digital platform, you have to use the on-ground platforms and all of that. So when I'm running on marketing, first of all, okay, if I look at, okay, what are my target audience? Where do they stay? For instance, I'm reflow, right? Okay, I know that, okay, I'm dealing with girls, young girls. So I have different types of girls. There are girls that are becoming teenagers. I have to group them into one bracket. There are girls who are already using products. That new girls.
Okay.
Yeah, those at the university maybe who are already into brands. How do I convince them to use our brand? That's another bracket. There are people who buy it for their children. That I also target them as well. And how do I do that? I learn them their behaviors and try to package my communication that will fit each and every one of them. So I feel like, okay, this is something I want to align with. And while doing that, it's more like a 360 way of marketing. So I can get them online, I can get them offline. They have to go to their offices, they have to go to their schools. Where do they meet the canteen? Where do they gather this event? Meet them where I need to meet them. But not just sitting somewhere and throwing ads into the air. No, I already understand them, I already know them. Because there are companies who don't even know how their customers react, what they like. And I think my part of marketing is understanding the behaviors of our consumers and adjusting towards them, adapting to meet their needs daily. Yeah.
Oh. Indeed, a 360.
Exactly, 360 marketing.
Sure. So, with the rise of AI and automation, how do you think young entrepreneurs, not even young, entrepreneurs in general, can leverage on technology to stay competitive?
So AI is good. It's very good. It's very good. But it's becoming scary. Still good. And there's always a good side and bad side.
Sure.
So you have to look at whom you are selling to and the environment you are in.
Okay.
Let's say in the US right now, it's really top notch. You have to use it.
Okay.
But let's say you are selling to someone at Mount Pussy. Okay, so you know their behavior. Maybe they don't use technology.
Yeah.
So AI is a good, but doesn't fit into that market. So you can't fully use that. You might have to go with the traditional way of doing things.
Okay.
But let's say you are doing something for the working class, people who are using technology already, but they don't really know how to fully use it. Then you can implement that to have effect on them, or maybe how to, AI has come in different ways, even in content, even how to automations, your calls, customer service, email marketing, all of that. You can use that to do that. We just have to understand your market and get the behavior of your consumers and which AI automation will work very well for you. And also just implement a lot of things like, after all, I thought AI is good. Why am I not getting the result? But because you don't understand the people you are serving and how well to package or to customize your AI automations to them. You understand?
Yeah.
The woman in the market right now, if you do email marketing to her, she's not going to receive it. All she does every day is watch TikTok videos and watching Kukumbagia content and those Hindu content on TikTok. So how do you get her? It means you may still have to go to the market and do your work. So
yeah, the traditional way.
Just have to understand your market and know the kind of strategy to use, then use it well. But when it comes to AI, it's very good. So just make sure you know the industry you are in. Study the AI that works for industry, either in accounting, construction, education. There are AI automations for each of these sectors. So understand it well and implement it for your company. I'm sure you do well.
So looking at you are a solution-oriented person.
As I call myself. Yeah. Oh, I get it.
You didn't even let me end as I call myself. How is that? Do you think it's necessary for entrepreneurs to be more solution-oriented?
Well, if you're not solution-oriented, then what are you? Then what are you offering? Every entrepreneur is a solution-oriented person. They are offering solutions. I think I got that from my brother. When they were family author, family author, right? Family morning devotion at home. I think he came back from high school when he was like, let's pray. And we are praying. I was like, one thing he asked God for is for him to be a solution-oriented person. Since that day, I took that thing for myself. Like, and this for me. This for me. I believe that everyone who gives solution is offering business and is making money.
Yeah.
You solve my problem, I get paid for that. And you get paid for that. And that's how it works. So if you are not giving solutions to people's problems, then you are not making money. People are there with problems, they don't know how to go about things. All you have to do is, okay, big man, this is what I can offer you, this is what I do, and I think you have this problem, and I have the best solution for you. Given that solution, you are good to go. But if you want to be an entrepreneur who gives value, it means you have to understand the problems people have and have a package of solutions for them. I think with that you get paid for that. So it's very important as an entrepreneur to have that kind of mindset.
Right. In your experience, what are the most mistakes startups make when it comes to branding and marketing?
They are more focused on how their logo looks like. They'll spend 1 year designing logo and websites. The rest of the years discussing unnecessary things. I think the best way to go about it is to actually start doing something. If you're offering a service, start offering a service to people. Start for free. Start with smaller packages. If just get something that when people look at the portfolio, like, you've done this, that. But I'm sure when they start, Charlie, because you saw some motivation on TikTok saying that offer value and get paid, always increase your price, then boom, Charlie, 100,000 Ghana cedis for a website there. Nobody will come for you. I think start small, then you scale up. Then you know what works for you. Okay, what did this person before? This is the feedback. What do I have to change? That's why just small. Okay, let me add this to it. I think to get better. Then you grow like that. The other things are minor. People want to see results. People want to see you changing their lives. People want you to see changing their companies for them. So you should be focused on that. When you're more focused on that, I think they'll be willing to come back for you. When we put before that, I believe in one-time client, multiple projects. So the same person, but different projects, because of how well maybe you treat them, because of the value you give them, they always come back for you. Even for things that are not in your sector, because of trust. Human relationship is very important. And if you are selling, you are not into sticks, so you treat them like, but if you like it, go home. No. Yeah, I think we have that in Ghana. You don't really treat people well. Because you're buying from me, then no. You value them. Make them feel special. Make them feel like they are the best that has ever happened to you. When they feel like that, they always come back to you. Every company that have good customer service, good human relationship, and they are the companies that are winning right now, because they always make their customers feel special. And people like to feel like queens and kings. And even our generation, the Gen Z generation, the Omega generation, you don't treat them like that. They'll never come back. They'll go to TikTok right now and go talk bad about you. That's bad PR, bad branding. So always make sure that when people visit you for your services, there's this satisfaction that comes with it. I once went to a restaurant and I asked them, are you being nice because they taught you it's your behavior? I felt so good, I felt like going back there again.
Wow.
So that's someone who will be willing to go back. So if you don't treat them well, the customers well, which are working well, they'll never come back. And that means you're losing business. And that's bad for you. So I think that's one thing every starter has to know. Forget about the aesthetics and trying to give value. Let people feel that you are really giving value. Yeah.
I think that is very much needed to be hammered. Yeah. It's not just about the logos and all of that. I mean, it's good. It's not bad and all of that, but you just have to focus on the value you're giving to people and your customer relation as well. Yeah, human relations. And if you're an entrepreneur looking at this, I'm sure you're already facing on this information to better the product or services you are giving out. Ask yourself this question: am I giving value? So back to you in the world of IT. What specific skills, or tools do you think young people should master if they want to go into digital marketing or IT management?
So I think IT is broad. People think IT is just, maybe in Ghana. If you're IT, you are repairing computers or something.
Is that still idea there?
Well, I think when
people still have that
I used to
perception.
have this friend. He said, "Oh, you are doing IT. Become an IT teacher." So that's what they think is very broad, from system design, system analysis, software development, programming, AI. We have cybersecurity.
Yeah.
We have plenty. Under IT, you can have like 100 career path you can dive into. So don't just enclose yourself to one. You understand? So look at your strength. And I believe if you are not, most people that are IT, I think they are nets. They can be on one thing for a very long time. If you are not someone who can be passionate doing to the thing, you start 1 month, 2 months, oh, what's sister doing crowd? So yeah, PR was. If you don't have passion and drive for it, if you are not consistently willing to do something for so long to see results, you give up. Because sometimes, even in school, assignment can turn you off, things can turn you. But I think if you have passion, you want to see results, school just is not enough. YouTube, taking courses, going for seminars, observing yourself. Even your social media page, when we check your FYP, as you see tech things there, it means you are absorbed into the course you are doing. You understand? And it's part of what you're trying to build. If you don't have passion for it, you die off. So if you want to go into IT, don't just go into because you hear that if you do IT, you make money. There are people who have done IT, they are still at home.
Yeah, broke actually.
Yeah, a lot of them. So what you have to be doing is that look at, okay, the course I'm doing, what can I offer businesses? In real life, don't just do it for doing sake. If I'm doing this, okay, how does it relate to making money? How does it relate to offering value to companies? Realistically, how does it work? When you understand that, it's easier to drive your path toward that end. Else you think, oh, everybody's saying there's money. The high paying jobs, you go and see programmers, it's good. But learn it and learn it well. I see people and say there is a no, you are a 90%, but you're not really good enough. You have to be exceptionally well because the competition is really tough. You are competing with people, and most companies are international companies. Because in Ghana, if you're offering IT, you don't really get paid that much unless you have an international affiliation. Because Ghana adapting to tech is too low. So I believe that if you want to become an IT person, you have to have passion, knows what the market wants, and align your goals to it. Be someone who is willing to be consistent and stay on course, irrespective. And I'm sure when you're able to do that, you find your path. You find your path. Yeah.
So I want you to give me 3 specific skills someone should master if they want to go into digital marketing and IT management. What will be your top 3 specific skills?
Okay, so I think they all speak on themselves. Let me give general skills.
Okay.
Let me give general skills. But when I talk about skills, I talk about skills in the sense of hard skills.
It can be soft skills.
Because I am diving into system analysis.
Okay.
Because I believe that in the future, will be very soon, you have to learn people how to manage systems, because systems are those that we manage in our companies and all of that. So you have to know what you're going to. But I believe if you want to be an IT person, the ones that are in demand right now is cybersecurity. You have to be a good programmer. And even there are software that are programming side and systems. So you have to be someone who can really program the system. Understand? And also you have to be someone who has good communication skills. Because if you are good at something, you can't communicate your value. Nobody will respect you. There are people, they talk so much. It's not that they are good though. They are in the top position because they are able to speak well.
And put themselves out there.
So be someone who can actually put themselves out there. Learn how to sell yourself so you can sell your skills. And I think if you do that, you should be ahead of yourself.
Okay, so looking at your experience, how do you stay updated in this fast-growing, evolving world?
I'm someone I'm always on either YouTube or the kind of people I follow. I follow people who are always ahead of me.
Okay.
Those who are ahead of me are those who have exposed themselves to such a field. And I believe that find people who are going where you are going or are already there, then work with them. So social media is a tool. It's a tool that we can use every time. Find people that have your skills, have your passion, are doing what you are doing. Learn from them every day. Watch videos, learn from them. And I think the more you do that, the more you stay updated. Don't just use social media for content, watch people. It's good. It's not entertaining yourself. I'm saying that if that's what you want, then be serious about it. Watch people are going where you're going. Learn from them daily. And I'm sure you do well. You do well. Understand? Learn what the market wants right now. Learn what is becoming a trend. Trends are good, but I also believe in authenticity and brand management and brand development. Where in the sense that you are doing something today, by the next 10 years, it will still make sense. Because you are going to the future. The plan is that you are going into it. So whatever you are doing should be projecting you to what's coming next. That's what I believe. So align yourself with books. I read a lot of books as well.
Okay.
I believe that what we learned in school is not enough. If you did what, political science?
Yes,
Your friend also did political science. The same syllabus, the same course. You all the same knowledge.
What makes you different?
What makes you different?
Yeah.
Things you read, the places you go, the people you meet, what you watch online. All these things are molding you. I think that's the best thing you can ever do to yourself. To be a good learner. Learn every day. You stay updated. Yeah, learn every day.
Wow. That's powerful.
Thank you.
So powerful. I must say I'm really impressed. Viewers, if you're watching, please subscribe, give us a like and comment as well. We want to know what you think. If you have any question, you can put it in the comment section and we'll be glad to answer you. What have been the most rewarding project you've ever worked on?
So I think currently with the current company I'm with,
Okay.
I think that's my biggest so far, and I believe there's more to come.
Sure.
So I think I went to the company as a digital marketer, but became the marketing manager eventually. I think because of how curious I am when it comes to the market and try to always stay ahead.
Persistence.
And always want to make impact. I don't want to be somewhere and there's no mark. There's no.
Your presence is not felt.
Yeah, there have to be something about me.
Yeah.
When he came, this was what was. This was what has changed. It's what got better. I think that has been my biggest achievement when it comes to marketing, brand development, building it step by step. I still think it's a work in progress. So I'm sure by constantly doing it, I think there'll be much bigger impact to be seen. That has been my biggest project so far when it comes to the Reflows brand.
Wow. In your kind of industry, what's one tool you can't work without?
Two, what's one tool I can't work without? I only say a two, but say knowing what matters is very important. It's more like knowing priorities, knowing what matters when it comes to my field. So what's my KPI? What am I trying to achieve? Is very important. I don't believe in doing things, then see the result. I believe in what are you trying to achieve? It's a tool for me. What am I hoping to achieve at this period of time? Knowing that actually helps me to drive my goals and achieve them. If you know what you want, it's easier for you to go for it. If you don't know what you want, you will roam in the next 5 years without finding your path. But know what you want and going for it has actually been my key. When it comes to marketing, when it comes to IT, even when it comes to serving customers, knowing what you want is very important. So knowing what you want, knowing what customers want, it's a big tool. It's not tool as in software tool. It's a tool that kind of drives me what I'm doing. Yeah.
I know the next question I'm about to ask is going to be very difficult for you, looking at the kind of personality you have. But I want you to still answer this.
Okay.
So, marketing, branding, and technology. Which would you pick if you had to focus on one forever? I know this is going to be difficult.
No, it's not actually difficult. It's actually difficult.
Okay, all right.
I wouldn't call it. I call the IT part technology.
Okay.
And I believe the future is technology, so I'm more like infused. It's hard to pick because I would marketing and now I call myself a brands marketer. So it's more like branding. It's called brands marketer.
Hey.
So I market brands because you can't take it out.
All right.
Where marketing stops, that's where branding begins. That's where you constantly build it, and you don't do it one day.
Okay.
It's over time. Every day delivering value. That's how I call branding. You understand? So when it comes to tech, I believe tech you cannot do without it. It's what is actually driving the future. So it has been infused. So you can put it together. Call it brand marketing technology, whatever it is. Just put it together. Yeah, I cannot choose. It actually works hand in hand. It helps me think critically, break out solutions very well, because it's like have different backgrounds coming together to bring a unique solutions. So when others are coming from one point, you are coming from different angles to give a solution that's tailored for one particular problem, which is really good. Yeah.
Wow. I know you've avoided my question, but I'll take it like that.
Oh, I think yeah. Sorry.
He found a smart way to avoid my question. That is how. No, I'll hold my comment for now. Okay.
Yeah.
So you've gathered quite experience.
Yeah.
Looking at your young age.
You know my age, you are saying I'm young. Anyway, you can continue. Yeah.
No, you're still young.
Yeah, of course. There's more to do.
Yes, there's more to achieve. I mean,
Right.
yeah. So whether I know it or not, it still doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
Okay. So you've gathered a lot of experience, especially in the kind of field you are. What advice would you give to Ghanaians who are looking forward to go into the same industry but don't know where to start from?
Okay, so I believe you have to start from I think in Ghana or in Africa, they believe you are old when you're like 30 or 25. So it's like you're from 20 to 30, you still believe that you're a young man or a young girl. And looking at our colleagues in the US and the UK, by 15, 16 years, they will move out there. I'm not saying move out to your house, but it's perceived that you have to start working, you start taking responsibility of your life, you have to start being accountable. You understand? So I believe that, one, you have to identify who you are and what you want. Okay, the character is saying, what do I want to do? What do I want for myself? I want to achieve this. Okay, what do I need to do to go through this path? You want to be 90%. What do you have to do? Okay, I have friends that they didn't go to the university like me. When we were in school, they went to IPMC. I then give them free publication. They went to IPMC, 6 months, 1 year. By the time you are done your 4 years, these guys started making money along the line. So I think it's based on grit, a desire to do something for yourself, a desire to have something for yourself, and intentionally paying the price. If you have to take a course, go and take a course. If you have to go for seminars, go for seminars. You have to meet people, go and meet people. If you have to, whatever it takes, start creating content. Just put yourself out there. Start doing something. And God has a way of blessing your hands. He said, you bless the gift of your hands. If you don't have something to offer, there's nothing to be blessed. You understand? So find a skill to learn and do it diligently. Do it exceptionally well. They're saying that be so good that they can't ignore you. They be like, Charlie, just speak him. Let's just trust him. And that's the flex. And you're good at something that people are willing to pay you for. Let's not be out there claiming that, Marco is somewhere, my aunt is somewhere. No. Now, each man for himself. The only thing that is for all of us is God. So find what works for you, learn on it daily, read books on it, find people that are going that journey, learn from them daily, and I believe that when you do that, you might come out exceptionally well. And don't leave the God factor out.
Very, very necessary. Very, very necessary. So if you are passionate about branding or technology, our number one advice is that start, whether small. It doesn't matter. The most important thing is you start. You will grow, evolve as time goes on. And just be consistent. Don't give up. I mean, looking at his story, where he started from, he has come really far. I mean, we would have thought that you would be here.
I one day heard my corner call my dad. He was like, we didn't expect it to be like this. Because when you look at, I was very shy with me. I don't like talking. Does he talk? Exactly. But in my mind, I knew what I wanted. I was having that in me. So I think if you have something in you and it's still boiling, just go out there and just be the best version of yourself. Stop hiding. Stop trying to play safe. Stop. Who cares?
Yeah, I think that's one problem with most people. We always want to play safe.
Like, what's that
kind of mentality?
Yeah, and I think I always say that when we're school, those who like talking, those who always put themselves out there, who do it, I'll do it. I feel like when I see them, they're always the side of us. It's always them because you've always placed themselves. And when you're always seen, when you're always known, will always pick you. Even though you are good and nobody knows, somebody will pick you. But always let people see what you can do. I'm not saying go and overdo, but just in the room when they're looking at me like, not that guy. Be that kind of person. Yeah.
Yeah. Whether you're intentional about it or not, you do have a brand.
Yeah.
So just be intentional about it and start.
Exactly.
Don't be shy. Don't think so much about the negativity. Yeah. Just as he started, he didn't even know he would be here. But look at him now. And it's someone what so many young people out there look up to. One book recommendation that has changed your life?
I think Become a Better You by Joe Austin.
Joe Austin.
I read that in high school. Become a Better You.
Wow.
I was trying to change my mindset. It's really changed so much about me. And I like some books from Brian Tracy on leadership, sales. I think one skill you have to learn to is how to sell. Yeah, how to sell to people. Either your skills or behavior, my values. People on my channel because they are buying my thoughts.
Yeah.
I'm actually selling. So we are all selling one way or the other. So when you realize that, okay, I'm actually selling, then you learn how to talk. You learn how to dress. You learn where to be, what to say, how to say it. Very important. When you do that, you find people wanting to want more what you have. And that's the main goal, to give value, to get value back. So yeah. So Brian Tracy, Seth Godin is a good marketer. I love him a lot. I listen to him. I read his book, Seth Godin, also one man I love so much. Miles Moreau on Christian values, business, family. Perfect. I love him so much as well. So find people who are going where you are going or do what you do. Just learn from them. I'm not saying copy, but at least copy and modify it. That'll fit you very well. Yeah.
Very necessary. What's the best advice you've ever received?
Best advice? No, my brother gave me, said be proactive. Be proactive. So my friends call me proactive.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, Charlie
Nice.
practice. I don't know why he said that to me. Because I always want things to happen without making things happen. Now I don't overthink it. I just start. I'm already there. I've done some corrections, done mistakes. I don't just start. Be proactive.
Yeah.
Don't wait for things to happen. Make things happen for you. Yeah, and be accountable for yourself. Nobody owes you anything. Nobody owes you anything. No. Even one day, when you go to God, He will accept what you've done with you. It means you are being accountable to ourselves too.
Yeah.
Exactly. So we have a lot to do. So take responsibility for yourself. And I'm sure when you do that, you start seeing things in a different way.
True. I think one reason why people don't tend to be proactive is because they're always afraid. What if I fail? What if I don't get it right?
Times I failed. I failed my BC. Once I'm sure I do. So it's normal. And when you understand that it's part of life and you embrace it, now I don't look at the back now. I enjoy the whole process of failure. I'm like, okay, now let's do the next one. When are we doing the next one? And it's always good to always have that mindset that okay, failure is part of the whole journey. I don't see it as failure. I see it more like a lesson. I see it more like this is good for me to grow. And I take a big hit, bounce back, and get going.
Wow.
Yeah.
Very good.
I don't care if you say no to me. I don't care.
Yeah. I mean, that's one thing about sales that if someone says no to you, they're not saying no to you, the person.
Yeah.
It's probably to what you're selling.
Exactly.
So you just have to go back and refine and be better. Yeah, be consistent. Consistency is very key.
Yeah.
What's your final message to a young person watching this episode? Probably listening to this and is afraid to make the first step.
Just stop overthinking. I think you're analyzing the whole thing. You've done, and the plan is too much. Throw that paper away. Throw the notes. Just start something. You learn along the line. Just start it. That's what I'll tell you. There's no big way to tell you. Just start something. Stop overthinking. Just take action. Whatever plan you have, just talk to God about it. Be intentional with Him. He kind of blesses the things you do, your spirit, your prayers in your heart, and every vision that aligns with His purpose, He makes it bigger.
Wow.
So make sure it aligns. Make sure you are doing whatever you have to do, learning, putting yourself out there. Learn among your mates. Go the extra mile. Everybody wants to go and do 50, do 60. Just want to do 70. Just be extra. And when you do that, you'll see the difference in 1 year or 2 years. And that it takes so much for you to see the best. So just be consistent daily. I'm also becoming better. I'm sure you can do the same.
Wow.
Thank you.
So stop overthinking, as you said. I think this is a very good advice to myself.
Yeah.
Yes, so if you're an overthinker, stop overthinking. Act. Start from where you are. You will grow, you become better. And the most people that do are the people that fail. If you don't fail, you will not learn. And I think one thing we should side our brain is that failure is actually a blessing in disguise. Because when you fail, when you face a challenge, that's where you actually know that, okay, this is what I did wrong. Then you go back, refine, then you come better. Yeah. Thank you so much, Richmond.
You're welcome.
I must say this has been a very insightful one. And we are really hoping that you'll come back again. We'll have another episode of you. Yes. I can't wait for the second coming. It's going to be more better and much more insightful than this. And I'm sure our lovely viewers have also learned a lot from it, because this episode has been very, very educative. Myself, I've learned so much. So if you're still with us, I will encourage you to subscribe, become a part of us, join this big family. Let's learn, unlearn, and relearn together. Like, share to families and friends so that we can all benefit from it. Until then, see you in our next episode. It's a bye-bye.